It's BMW Hong Kong Derby Day at Sha Tin this Sunday. Welcome to the Race by Race preview. Paul Lally is here with the selections for all of the races, and we kick off at 1 o'clock with a 10-race card. A course is the rail position, 1,400 metres the distance of the Class 4. In 4 runners, a two-time course and distance winner. Wider draw for Top Dragon. Super Express on debut has had 7 trials. Joyful Treasure, Blinkers first time. Fortune Boy goes up in trip. Always My Folks and Iconical have drawn poorly. Drala has the visor off and the hood going on. Cash's Cash has the blinkers and the tongue tie off, and a shadow roll added for the first time, and Cash's King here too, Paul.
Well, look, there's no real established lead in. Cash's Cash has got the £10 claim. It's drawn wide. I think they're just going to go for it and go straight to the front with the horse. Super Express has looked good in his trials, but I really can't see him leading. He's had 7 of them to get him ready. Joyful Treasure's a possibility as a leader as well. He's got blinkers on for the first time. Always My Folks might try and push on from his wide draw as well. Fortune Boy's up and trip, but he should go back from his draw.
Our first replay is 4-runner running second last time, and this was a race won by Magnificent 9. Comes up with barrier number 12, so a wider draw than what he's had at his last 2 starts.
Yeah, look, he did win 2 starts ago, backed it up with a good second as well. He's only a 2-time winner from his 18 starts. He did perform well on rain-affected tracks as well. We saw him run a couple of seconds on those. He won't get that, I don't think, on Sunday. There's no rain forecast. Look, he's been running nicely enough. 12's just a little bit tricky for him. He had the services of William Buick, visiting rider, coming over, but I didn't get him in.
All right, that is 4-runner, our first replay. Second one, Top Dragon, beaten favourite here, loomed up to win, but a gutsy performance from Karying Warrior to hold him out. Fortune Boy's last turning for home here, and he runs on for 4th.
Going to make him the long shot of the meeting, actually, Fortune Boy. He was a big price here. He was 36 to 1. They both step up to 1,400 metres, which I think is going to be very good for both of them. As Top Dragon, he's had 3 starts now for those 2 seconds. He'll probably start favourite in the race, and you can see him really stretching out nicely. But I do like the way Fortune Boy, looking still a little bit green, but the 200 looks ideal for him, running nicely there in 4th.
That's a good report for Fortune Boy. What have you made of the trials of Super Express? He's certainly coming out of the right stable. John Size is the trainer. Ryan Moore will take the ride. And here he is winning a trial. He's outside the leader and he beats Beauty Viva. He's
obviously got some ability, this horse. He's had the 7 trials to get him ready by 10 sovereigns. Likely to be forward from at barrier number 3. Ryan Moore aboard. I think he can sit just behind the pace. He'll have the tongue tie on for his debut run as well. So, look, he looks forward. I think he's going to be right in the market with Ryan Moore aboard, and I think he'll get his opportunity as well. He goes in.
Whereabouts in the top 4, does he sit?
I'm going to put him in for 3rd. I do like the horse here as a long shot, Fortune Boy. Hopefully we get a double-figure price about him. Karis Teaton aboard. He'll have to go back once again from barrier 8. But up that extra 200 metres looks ideal. Top Dragon, he should start favourite, and those last 2 seconds have both been good. Super Express will be right in the market. I'll put Joyful Treasure in. Christoph Sumi on aboard. He's got that blinkers on for the first time and should put himself on the pace. 7, 4, 5, 6.
David Hayes sends out Ruby Lot in the Derby on Sunday, Paul, with David to win the first, though, and get things rolling early with Fortune Boy. And race number 2 is a Class 2 race, and this race is over the 1,400 metres. Also Healthy Happy at the top of the book as a 3-time course and distance winner. Young champion looking for back-to-back wins for the Racing Club. Packing Hermod has the blinkers going on for the first time. Devano, he comes out of the 4-year-old series at his last 2 starts. He's dropping back in distance. Snowfield has had 3 trials, and Outgate rounds out the field from barrier number 2. He likes to go forward, Outgate Paul, but he also has a weight claimed Healthy Happy outside of him.
Yeah, I think Brittany Wong will just go straight to the front on this horse. Packing Hermod, he's back in trip with blinkers on for the first time, and he does like the 1,400 metres. I think he's better suited here. Devano, another one back in trip. Young Champion's the last start winner. Dancing Code gets back, as does Chujao Spiriton. The first starter in Hong Kong as well, Snowfield. I think he'll go back with a tongue tie and cross noseband on for his debut in Hong Kong.
We've got an interview for race number 2. Nick has done with the trainer of Healthy Happy. It's Frankie Law.
Frankie, Healthy Happy has been a real star for your stable, lining up this weekend. He's got the top weight, but it was a really good run last time.
Yeah, he went good. Last time I came £7. This time I put the Brilliant on. 10 pounds came, so should be 125, yeah.
He's better off with the horse that beat him last time, Young Champion as well, with the claim. So even though he is getting that little bit older, I guess you'd be confident of another big run, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's quite easy to ride. Just jump good and to see very comfortable. Second, third, or lead doesn't matter. Yeah.
And even at the age of 8 now, is he still showing you all the signs that he can win another one?
I hope so. I try to win one more for the owner because he's a very easy horse and then easy to ride and so he's getting older. I hope I can win one more for the owners. Yeah.
He's been amazing. He's won over 23 million, hasn't he? Last win was off 107 rated in the Celebration Cup, a group race. So on his current mark, he's probably got a pound or two to play with, hasn't he, still?
Yes, I hope so.
He's been a great horse for the stable. Another really good horse for the stable I must ask you about here this morning at the trials, of course, is Sword Point. He's going to Dubai. Nice trial from him, running on the all-weather over there. How's he?
Yeah, you know, he raced 2 times on all-weather track. He both win. And so that's why I take him to Dubai. And he tried this morning, he tried good. And hope he can win good for me on Dubai, yes.
That's the Godolphin Mile, isn't it, I believe?
Yes, a mile, yes.
And when does he leave, Frankie? What are the logistics in getting him to Dubai? When does he leave Hong Kong?
Next Tuesday early morning. So, and I will try to ask James McDonald to see if he have time. I put him on get once. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, plenty to look forward to with him, and so too with Healthy Happy as well.
Thank you.
There is a Frankie Law. Paul, our first replay features Packing Hermod and Devano. This is the Classic Cup, so it's a drop back to 1,400 metres. Devano, he's only had the one start at the trip. Packing Hermod, he's a winner at the distance.
I think both these two horses are a lot better coming back here to 1,400 metres. Conditions of the race will suit them both. Packing Hermod, giving blinkers on for the first time, looks good as well. Devano, he's drawn the inside gate. It might be slightly closer in the run. But of the two, I've got Packing Hermod further up the numbers than the Devano, but I wanted to put them both in.
Snowfield comes here with South American form. He's a 2-time Group 1 winner, also a winner of a Group 2 and a Group 3. So like most of the Brazilian imports, they come here with top quality form from their local jurisdiction. Never easy in Class 2, though, to win first up.
No, and look, you could see him running on quite nicely here. I don't know if the horse is ready for a fresh up assignment of this calibre with some of these good horses in. He's obviously got plenty of ability, though. You can see him running on nicely. Look, I prefer to watch him in this and see what happens after this race. But I don't know if this is the right race for him to kick off to win fresh up here in Hong Kong.
He has run on in previous trials before that one too. So as you said, there's ability there. He's not in for his first go in Hong Kong. Who is?
Going to go with the toppy, the one we just had to talk to Frankie Law about there. With the £10 claim, looks really attractive for Healthy Happy. He likes to roll along in front. He's uncomplicated ride. I think it's a good ride here for Brittany Wong. So I think he can win Healthy Happy. Packing Hermod will be doing the chasing. Young Champion did beat Healthy Happy last start. And he's a horse that's got some good ability, but he's at an all-time high rating at the moment. But how far can he go? Devano for fourth, 1-3-2-5.
Straight to the front, and if it plans out for Paul, they won't catch. Healthy Happy. Race 2, number 1, the selection. And race number 3 on Derby Day, and the third is a Class 4. It's over the 1,400 metres, and another Zonda's on the class drop. Spirit of Peace has his second start over 1,400 metres. He ran 4th at his first go at the trip. Harold Wynn, the blinkers off, the visor goes on. Smart Fighter comes back in distance and across from Happy Valley. Leslie is a 2-time course and distance winner. Sky Deep's placed 2 from 3. Happy Shooter has the blinkers off. Lucky Sam Gore has a better barrier than what he's had so far. And Circuit Mighty's a 3-time course and distance winner. With the leader here, Paul, Lean Master. Another
Brittany Wong ride. Yeah, I think she can lead on this one. Well, this horse does like to lead, and it's drawn barrier number 2 as well, so I think he'll just get to the front with no issues. Island Breezes is drawn a lot better. He can get into that trail. Kingly Demeanour, he likes to go forward as well, as does poor old Harold Wynn. He's drawn wide once again. 12, 12, 14 at his last 3. And he's drawn at barrier number 9 for this one. Double Win used to lead in the past, but he's taken a sit in recent starts. Lucky Sam Gore, a little bit closer, I think, from a better draw.
Kingly Demeanor running second in our first replay. This is his best performance in Class 4 by far. He'd raced well down in grade and he stays on well here for a second. Spirit of Peace, Ryan Moore and John Size combine. He went off at 5.5, ends up being beaten by 2 lengths. Did you give either of these two a chance?
I prefer Spirit of Peace. I think he got quite far back here. He's drawn barrier number 7, and you can see him running on strongly. So he does run 4th in this particular contest. As you say, this was the first piece of form we've seen from Kingly Demeanor in this grade. So the jury's still out for me on him.
Wait and see with Kingly Demeanor. Next up, we've got Sky Deep running second. This is the race won by Brilliant Express, and before that, he was placed behind Another World. He comes up with a wider draw, Antoine Hemlin aboard, but he's been in some very strong races.
He has. This looks a lot easier for Sky Deep. He's in the Sky Darcy handicap, who did win in the same colours. Do you see there? He just whacked into the rail there, lost all momentum. I'm not saying he would have beaten Brilliant Express because he was a strong winner coming through the inside, but he did lose that momentum. I think he can win this. He's got barrier 10. He's going to have to get across, but I think he can. He's only up 1 point for this second. He would have been a lot closer if he hadn't hit the rail.
Yeah, absolutely. He's entitled to turn it up after he did that.
Yeah.
Island Breezes running third at his last start. He's trialled up okay at times, Island Breezes, and this last start third from him was his best performance so far. Joe Maria in town on the weekend, of course, and he rides this one for Pierrong.
A nice run from this horse, Island Breezes. He's drawn to get a perfect run just in behind the pace as well. He was right on the cusp for me, Island Breezes. And look, he's a horse, you can see him coming down the outside here and finishing off strongly. He's going to get the run to suit. He's got Joe Maria aboard. I couldn't just quite get him in, but he was right on the cusp.
Right, he misses out, but the Rail Basher, the one to beat.
Yeah, Sky Deep, I should say. Sky Heart's racing later in the card, but he's on top to beat. Lucky Sam Gore with that better draw. Flying Amani's a horse we haven't talked about. Now, he's only had 1 start. He ran 6th, but was eye-catching finish from him. He's drawn wide, so he's going to go back once again, and then Spirit of Peace with Ryan Moore aboard. 7, 12, 8, 2.
That is the preview for race number 3, the first leg of the early treble. Race number 4 now, as we get closer to the Derby. Still a few races to go before the 7th, and the 4th has Enjoy Golf going up in trip with the blinkers off and the visor on. Partiers won 3 from 6 this grade. Aaron, wider draw than his debut second. Quick Contributions had 2 trials following his first 2 starts. Majestic Delight's on debut, 6 trials for him. We've got King Show. We haven't seen him since December. He's had 6 trials in the interim. Amazing Runs being freshened, comes back in distance. And Golden Tronic Mighty, the big fellow, has the cheek pieces off and the blinkers going on. And it's Team Happy leading here, Paul.
I think he can get across and lead Team Happy. He hasn't led it his last couple, but with Partier has. But from barrier 3 with Joe aboard, I thought he might just get that trail in behind. He is a possible leader as well, so it's between Team Happy and Partier. But I thought Team Happy might go on with it. Lucky Planet likes to go forward. Enjoy Golf will get his opportunity. Quick Contribution, he's drawn the inside barrier. He's only had the 2 starts. King Show's got blinkers on for the first time. And Yichong Spirit, we mostly see him in Happy Valley. He's coming to Sha Tin for the second time.
We go to Nick with Jerry Chow now, talking Aaron.
Jerry Chow, you've got a really nice ride coming up on Derby Day. The once raced Aaron in race number 4. That was an excellent debut a month ago.
Yeah, he got the ability, and last start we need to come up wide, and then but he showed his he trying very hard, and he made a very good run.
Jerry, did it ride like a really good race? Because the winner obviously is quite smart, cross-border Pegasus. Did it ride like a race where the form would hold up?
Yeah, after that race I had to get up him, and then he gave me a good feeling, and last start he just got beat by the nice horse, and I think he's a nice horse too, and he's just a little bit not very big yet, but he's tough, very tough, and I think he will finish well again.
You mentioned the finishing well part. I mean, that was probably the most impressive bit, wasn't it? Really, the way he hit the line strong.
Yeah, and I feel like he in the future he needs more distance, but at this point I think 1200 is good for him, and a wide draw again. Hopefully can get some cover and he can finish strong again.
Given that, like he is drawn wide, is he the type of horse that just sort of wants that bit of free space and runs home nice? I suppose being down the outside in the straight, it's never the worst place to be, is it really?
Yeah, I think so. And the A course, I think stay a little bit, give me an option and better for him. And he's a not big horse, and if he get inside, he difficult to get out. Yeah.
Hopefully he can go one place better this time. Good luck with him on Sunday.
Thank you.
There is Jerry Chow. Paul will expand more on him shortly as we go to Enjoy Golf. Paul, who's run placings at his last 3 starts over the 1,000 metres. He's been quite heavily backed at times too down the straight. The extra furlong this week.
Yeah, taking him back to 1,200. Interesting move there. 2.6 favourite when he was beaten here by La Forza. He was outside him in those yellow colours. Stayed on here over 1,000, coming up to 1,200 again. We'll see how he does go over the 1,200. He's only had one go over it and did run down the track.
That is Enjoy Golf. Quick Contribution is our next replay. Here he is running third. This was his second start, so he showed good improvement between his first 2. The impressive Sky Joy wins this race. He's had 2 trials. He ran 5th down the outside fence at Happy Valley and was making ground, and second in the other one behind Great Looking, running on beaten a length and 3/4.
Very good run from this horse. Now, his debut run was against the Boombox, so that's a really good form for that first race, because the Boombox has gone on and won again, and now he's come out and done this behind, as you say, Sky Joy. Wasn't too far away. I think he's one of the leading chances. In time, I think 1,400 is going to be good for him, but at this stage, they're keeping him to the 12.
Right, so he's going in, but you're going to expand why Aaron is your on-top selection.
I like this horse. He ran second behind Cross Border Pegasus, who came out and hosed up the other day. The other thing with Aaron was he was 3 wide all the way. He's drawn wide, but he'll get back. He's got a good turn of foot, and I can see this race running to suit him. A quick contribution in there for second, the horse we just talked about. Side Dreamer for third. Now, he's only had 2 starts. Good debut, disappointing second start. I can see him running on. And then Yi Chong Spirit coming to Sha Tin for the second time. Shows a really good turn of foot at Happy Valley, and there's no reason why he can't do that at Sha Tin. 4-5-8-2.
The fourth, all previewed, the first leg of the Triple Trio. The preview for race number 5 at Sha Tin on Sunday. Let's roll the info for it. It's a Class 3. It's over 1,400 metres. Starmax on a 10-day turnaround. Pope Cody comes here with Queensland form. His last win was over the thriving metropolis of Toowoomba, 1,625 metres. Temra Blitz is a 3-time course and distance winner. Armour War Eagle extra £6 for his last start win. Ragabomb won over the 1,200 metres at Cork. Solid Impact has won a trial since his last start. Indeed has the pacifiers off, and Beauty Viva will wear blinkers and a shadow roll for the first time, and Beauty Glory down at the bottom. Paul is going to get the easiest lead of the day.
I think he will. He looks the only leader in the race. Tamara Blitz, he can sit behind him. Mighty Commander might be slightly closer. As with Beauty Viva's got blinkers on for the first time. Sunny Val, there's just no pace in this race. So Armour War Eagle might be a little bit closer in the run. And Dared, Ragabomb's gone back in his trials. Pope Cody's gone back in his trials, and as well, Solid Impact likes to go back, and Starmax got no speed.
None whatsoever. We don't know too much about this horse apart from the trials and what he did in Queensland prior. Neck with Jimmy Orman, who rides Pope Cody.
Jimmy Orman, you've got an interesting ride coming up on Derby Day card. Race number 5, Pope Cody. Now, he's a newcomer. He's had a couple of trials. You've ridden him in both, but you know a bit more about him from a previous life in Australia. More on that shortly. But his trials, I thought the first one looked quite good.
His first trial was good down the straight on the grass. He's a bit of a quirky horse, so yeah, I thought for an 800-metre trial, I thought it was a great effort. He usually gets back off the speed a little bit, but he showed a little bit of speed there, and yeah, I thought his effort was great in that trial.
His next trial was on the dirt. Maybe didn't quite handle it, I suppose, given that he is a turf horse.
Yeah, look, I hope so. He probably resented that kickback a little bit on the dirt surface, so I think back on turf he should run a lot better. He's a horse that's got a lot of ability, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I went back and had a look at his victories when you rode him over in Australia. I mean, the first day you won, he absolutely hacked up, didn't he, this horse?
Yeah, he won very impressively. I think all of his wins in Australia were very impressive. And yeah, when he got sold, I thought there goes that opportunity. I'll probably never get to ride him again. So it's awesome to reunite with him, and he's got a wonderful owner. So I'm looking forward to hopefully having some success on him and yeah, getting some luck. I think he's a horse that's going to want a trip. So whatever you see him do on Sunday, I think he's going to improve on. And I think the further he gets, the better he's going to be.
Yeah, that's the angle I find most fascinating, is that you have been able to sort of reunite with him, given obviously that you've made your move here for a little while. Gate 11, I suppose, a little bit tricky, but you'll sum it up, I guess, from the get-go.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit tricky. From a gate, he's probably a horse that could probably hold a little bit of a spot, maybe midfield, but that gate makes it a little bit awkward. But I think if we're here at Sha Tin, so I don't think it's the end of the world. Get back. He's a horse in Australia that didn't really like being on the inside of horses, but he was a colt back then, so he's being gelded obviously. So things might change a little bit there, but he'll get his opportunity to probably be back and track up into the race and give him some clear room and let him rally down the middle of the track. He's a horse that wants to hang in a little bit, so we'll get the whip in the right hand, and when he straightens up, hopefully he can let go with a good sail.
Yeah, he's an interesting horse. Look forward to seeing him. And I guess for you, things have happened relatively quickly. You've got a BMW Hong Kong Derby ride as well, so that's an exciting time of things. You must be looking forward to California Totality.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be on California Totality. Like I said, for another great bunch of owners there. He's a horse that's racing well, and I think it's a very open derby. I think it's will come down to luck in running and that sort of thing. But my horse will make his own luck up on speed, and he's a horse that should run out the trip strongly. And yeah, very excited.
Good luck with them both, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Jimmy Orman there talking Pope Cody and California Totality. Paul, here is Star Mac at Happy Valley last time. He managed to get a win on the board, a much overdue and deserved win at Happy Valley. Back to Sha Tin, and as you said on the speed map, he's going to be somewhere at the back early. 1,400
metres doesn't look ideal for Star Mac. This was over 1,800 metres. He's only had one go over the 1,400 metres. I see him getting back. He'll be running on, but he might be a bit late.
OK. That is Star Mac, and the tempo of the pace of the race is likely not going to suit him either. Temra Blitz is pretty handy to the pace here. Hugh Bowman takes the ride for Douglas White. Is he going to get conditions to suit?
I think he will. Yes, you can see him sitting in behind the leaders here. He angles out exactly the right time. He runs second. Brilliant Express, who's been in great form, does beat him. And Brilliant Express had won a couple in a row before leading into this. So a good run from Temra Blitz. The way the race is going to be run, he looks suited, so he'll go in the numbers for me. Yeah, good second from this horse.
All of his wins have been over 1,400 metres too, have Temra Blitz. But the leader, as he was this day, is Beauty Glory. No free pony in the race this week, which is the one up outside of him. In the end, in the orange and yellow, Armour War Eagle gets up to score.
Yeah, and Armour War Eagle was going for two in a row here. It did take him 13 starts to win this first race, but he'd been very unlucky in a lot of his runs, and you could see he looked like he was going to be a little bit unlucky once again as the gap didn't appear till late. But once it did, he had showed that really good finish that he has and won the race. Now, Beauty Glory is going to get an easy lead, there's no question. The one thing about Beauty Glory, he's off a 61 rating, and he has one off 64 before, so he's more than capable. And with an easy lead, I'm not sure what sort of price he's going to come up, but I think he's a big chance.
Do you think he'll pinch it?
I'm going to put him on top to pinch it. I'm sure the jockeys will be aware of it, and sometimes when it is no pace on paper, it can go the other way. But he's on top to beat Armour War Eagle. So the same race, but just they raced against each other last time, but just the placings reversed this time. Temra Blitz, and indeed, has had a really good season to date. 13.439.
And race number 5 at Sha Tin Sunday is the first leg of the 6 Up. Race number 6 is over the mile, and it's a pretty open race, this one. It's a Class 4 with Happy Daly. His recent racing has been at Happy Valley. He's been racing well over the 1650. Times table is on the class drop. Pacifiers off. Cheek pieces go on. Master Trillion has a wider draw. Thunderblink goes up in distance. Skyvino last start winner, extra £7. Lucky Fion last start winner, extra £6 and an extra 200 metres. Deal completed's now with Douglas White, who's added a crossover noseband and removed the tongue tie. Mr Dapper's a last start winner, extra £8 for him. And Celtic Times has joined the stable of Manfred Mann. We've got Oriental Smoke and Sky Vino joint leaders here, Paul.
It looks like the pace will be okay in this race because those two both do like to go forward. Craig Williams aboard Oriental Smoke and has got barrier number 4. Sky Vino's got 12, so he might have to work a little bit to get across. Lucky Fionn sat handy when he won last time. Special Hedge likes to go forward. Happy Daily. Mr. Dapper should get a perfect run. Celtic Times might do a little bit tough. Deal Completed has led in the past, but there was no other pace in that race when he did win.
A lot of last start winners in this race, and we'll go to Happy Valley for the first replay with Sky Vino winning this race. Hugh Bowman, Casper Founds combine this night, as they will do on Sunday. Drew Barry, number 9, goes out to 12, but looking for back-to-back wins, and the switch to Sha Tin.
So he sat outside the leader here. I can see him sitting outside the leader in this particular race as well. I thought he was very brave down the straight. He managed to fight off all the challenges. That's Jumbo Fortune, who's a perennial place getter, running second in this race and did come out and run a placing once again Wednesday night. Strong win. I'm going to include him.
He goes in. And the next of the last start winners is a very heavily supported this day Lucky Fionn. He'd been favourite 3 times leading up to this race and been placed and ran a 4th. He went out at 1.8. They went again, and this day he delivered.
He did. He's going up to 1,600 metres. This was over the 1,400 metres. As you say, he was back like there was no tomorrow in this particular race. He didn't win like a 1.4 chance, though. He's going to get a good run. That's one thing for sure from barrier number 2. So he'll get his opportunity once again. But as you can see, you're hard in your mouth stuff sometimes if you did take the 1.4. I'll put him in, but not on top.
That's Lucky Fionn. More winning form. This is Mr. Dapper last time over the 1,600 metres. Fight Time has come out and run second since. We'll see him running that second shortly. Mr. Dapper, he was really heavily backed a run or two ago and had no luck. He did this day on the rail and he was too good for them.
I think he's going to get the race run to suit Mr. Dapper. Hasn't been with the stable for too long. He's just only had a couple of runs for David Eustace. Now, he has won off a 51 rating, so although he's gone up 8 pounds, he's only rated 52. So he is close to that rating. So I'm not too worried about the increase in weight for him because I thought he won quite closely here.
And he gets away from Oriental Smoke and Gold Master in that race. Now, this is Fight Time since then, running second. He's covering some ground here too, and he stays on. He's quite a fair way down in the ratings as Fight Time. He's going to run off a rating of 40, so he could have gone around in a Class 5. He's got an extra 11 pounds on his back for a senior rider too. But
still a lightweight. He had 105 here, but he's got 116, as you say. So he has got that extra 11 pounds, but it's still quite light in the context of things. It's not like he's got to carry 135 or anything. He got to the front and looked like he was going to win, and he just floundered. He just got a little bit lost in front. There's definitely some good ability there. I'm going to include him.
OK, so some informed horses here. What's the makeup of the 4?
Yeah, it is a really good race. I'm going to go with Mr. Dapper, though. Even though he's gone up in weight, he's still close to a winning rating. Lucky Fionn will get the perfect run. Sky Vino, he might just have to work a little bit from his wide draw, and then Fight Time again with 116. 10, 8, 7 and 14.
And there's race number 6 previewed, the race that precedes the BMW Hong Kong Derby. Race number 7 is the BMW Hong Kong Derby, the feature race of the afternoon, the last leg of the 4-year-old series. And before we preview the 2025 edition, let's look back on some of the greats who've won the race over the years. And the BMW Hong Kong Derby field for 2025 lines up as follows. It is race 7. It's at 4:05. Ruby Lot, the Classic Cup winner, at the top. My Wish, the Classic Mile winner, is horse number 2. Johannes Brahms, a closing third last time in the Classic Cup. Stunning Peach wears cheek pieces for the first time. Bundle Award, impressive last start winner. He goes up £11 for that victory, though, coming into the 4-year-old series. Mickley has the blinkers off. We've got California Totality. One start over 2,000 metres, but he raced wide that day. Mark Wynn has the hood off, and Lowrider wears a hood for the first time. The speed map, Paul, who leads them up?
California Totality should lead the race. Now, the big go is going to be the first 150 metres here. The Steps Ahead and My Wish have drawn 13 and 14. Both are go-forward runners, so they've got choices. I think Steps Ahead, Lowell Hewitson, will probably beat My Wish 2 outside the leader. Now, if that happens, My Wish, what does he do? Does he try and slot in? Or does he do a voyage bubble? Does he go back? It's just really tricky for both those two horses, and the first couple hundred metres is going to be really crucial for the two of them. Beauty Alliance should get a good run. Packing Angel, he's going to be right there with Joe Moreira aboard. Ruby Lot, I think, will be a little bit closer in the run. He should get a perfect run. Low Rider will get his chance. Cape Ferrat had his chance last time. He'll get his chance once again. And then I've got Noisy Boy just midfield there. That's when he won his 2,000 metres. He settled midfield rather than lead last time. And they've said in the press that they don't want to lead this race. And Bundle Award from Barrier 9 looks like he's going to get his opportunity.
We're going to the Classic Cup now, Paul, as we try and find the winner of this year's Derby. And as always, so many of the 4-year-olds backing up. Noisy Boy leads off the back. California Totality. Cap Ferrar's getting a good run. My Wish, he ends up running second. Steps Ahead 5th. Mickley 14th. Stunning Peach 6th. Packing Angel 4th. The winner, Ruby Lot, is well back, and plenty of them. The leader at this stage, though, he's not going to the 2,000 for the first time. He's won over the trip.
Yeah, they've stated in the press a couple of times they don't want to lead on this horse. They did go a bit quick in some of those sectionals. California Totality, the one on his outside, should get an easy lead as such, I think, in this race. And look, he was there. Whether he's good enough, we'll find out in the race. But he's a tough horse to get past. Ruby Lot, well, it's hard to go past him as having the best run in the race. I mean, he comes down the outside. He had to give a lot of these horses a start, including My Wish, and he ran them all down. So he looks really well placed coming up to the 2,000 metres, although he's not totally bred for it. Horse that is bred for it is the horse that runs 4th, Packing Angel, and he didn't get all the favours either. So I think a couple of things went wrong for him, and he's drawn perfectly. They would have loved drawing that 6 out when there was only 2 numbers left.
Absolutely, with 6 or 14, and they drew 6, unfortunately, for My Wish's connections. He came up with 14. This is the 2,000 metre race that Noisy Boy won over. And the man that trains Noisy Boy, Dennis Ship, is looking for back-to-back victories in the Derby.
Yeah, he knows how to win the Derby after winning it last year, Massive Sovereign. Mickley's been a little bit disappointing coming into this race. He did a blood on the track in one of his races, Mickley, so I wonder if there is something there. But as you can see, Noisy Boy, he's a real stayer, this horse. I'm sure that they're not going to lead. They're going to sit sort of midfield, and he'll try and finish off. And you can see him really knuckling down and winning. The third horse, Stunning Peach, he's been a little bit disappointing. He was talked up as an early Derby favourite probably 8 months ago, wasn't he? But he hasn't really gone on with it, unfortunately, for him.
They came out of the woodwork like they always do.
They always do.
Now, Bundle Award, he's going into the race with winning form. Mark Wynn better this day, and Low Rider, he's come up with barrier number 1. They've tinkered with the gear with Low Rider, no doubt trying to get him to settle a little better.
He might be slightly closer. I'm worried about him because he didn't settle over the 1,800 metres. Now he's going to over the 2,000 metres. And if California Totality stacks them up, then I think it's going to be really hard for Low Rider. The best run in this race was Bundle Award, the winner. He was last. You can see him, he's still probably just about last now. He gets down the outside and really stretches out. He looks like he's going to eat up the 2,000 metres. Ben Thompson did ride him here, rides him in the Derby, so knows the horse. I think he's a chance of that going into the race. Again, the pace of the race is going to be crucial for him. The faster, the better, the way he hit the line there.
Absolutely, he was very dominant in the last bit. And the Derby train was leaving. The conductor was saying, all aboard, last chance. And Beauty Alliance came screaming along the platform and jumped on right at the last minute.
Now, he's drawn nicely, Beauty Alliance. He's going to get a run just in behind the pace, I think, from barrier number 5. Look, he's 77 rated. He's up against Ruby Lot, who's rated 100, and they're in on-set weights. That's a concern for me. McKinney outrun his rating. That's the query. I'm not so sure, but he did win nicely there, and he is in form. But he won't go in for me. I think he's just rated too low.
Okay, before we get your selections, it's time now to get an interview package. Brenton Abdullah Ruby Lot, Ben Thompson Bundle Award, and Lyle Hewitson steps ahead. We start with Brenton.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I wouldn't swap him for anything. So, yeah, big weekend, and we'll see what we can do there on Sunday.
The race itself, over 2,000, Brenton adds another dimension, of course, on the back of that win over 18. You're in gate number 4. Good place to be in your mind?
Yeah, happy with the draw. I thought anything sort of midfield to fraction was probably the right gate for him. So, yeah, 4 I think will work out well. I haven't had obviously a good look at the the draw in total, but I think 4 will be the right gate for him for sure.
Yeah, pleased. I think that the way he won last time, funnily enough, and unlike most draws sort of leading into a feature race, I really wasn't too concerned. I'm not sure how John's eyes or connections were thinking or hoping for, but I think he showed off his turn of foot the other day. It's not essential, I think, a certain alley. So barrier 9's nice. Actually, it was funny on the way over, and I said to my wife Steph that I think more than anything just want a number that feels lucky, and my brother's born on the 9th, so hopefully it brings us some luck.
Yeah, look, I've also done a couple of trials on him from early days and more recently, and yeah, sitting in the Classic Cup was a great opportunity to get, and I thought he put his hand up and put in a great effort. So looking forward to getting back on him once again, and in one of Hong Kong's biggest races, which is an absolute privilege.
That is Lyle Hewitson. That rounds out the lead-in, Paul, to your selections for the BMW Hong Kong Derby.
The barrier draw was crucial, and Ruby Lot, he won that last race so well, and just from a really good barrier draw, I think he can win. To beat Packing Angel, everything didn't go well for him last time, and still finished 4th. California Totality, now if he can stack them up in front, he can be a hard horse to get past. I'm not worried about the distance for him. We have seen horses in the past, Kaying Generation, and the one Blake Sinroad, which you're going to tell me.
Playa del Puente.
Yes, almost steal it. We'll see if California Totality can do something similar. And Bundle Award, he'll be the one finishing strongly. 1, 6, 11 and 5 for me in the Derby.
So it is Ruby Lot for Paul. David Hayes, another talented 4-year-old. Kaying Rising's been winning everything, and now Ruby Lot's going to win the Derby for Paul. Brenton Abdullah and David Hayes. Race number 8 now. It's a Class 3. It's over the 1,200 metres, and Ladies' Choice is horse number 1. He's on the class drop. Nuclear Zor comes here, having won over 820 metres at Wingatui in New Zealand and twice over 1,000 metres at Riccarton, including the listed Welcome Stakes. 820 metres. Master of My Universe has a wider draw. Righteous Arian raced wide after his win 2 starts ago. Francis Maynell drawn to go forward. Crimson Flash second go at 1,200. Warrior's Dream has had 4 trials. He won over 1,200 at Windsor, 1,400 at Lingfield. And Ballistic Winner, last start winner, coming up in grade from barrier number 1, Paul. And Pakistan Legacy is a joint leader.
Ladies' Choice is drawn wide. He's going to have to work a bit, but I think he can get across there with Pakistan Legacy. Crimson Flash, 1,200 metres. He's been going forward over 1,000. Francis Maynell has led, but I think they'll just take a sit with Francis Maynell in this particular race with those other speedsters in. Nuclear Zor is a midfield there with Goko Win. Ballistic Win, it races better if he goes back. And Master of My Universe from barrier 11, I think he'll just go all the way to the back.
And he's in our first replay, is Master of My Universe. He runs 30. You can see him down on the rail. Crimson Flash up outside of the lead runs 4th. That's Glory Elite leading for home. He'll run on the dirt on Wednesday night, Glory Elite. But we need to focus, Paul, on race number 8, in particular, the runners out of this race.
We do. A good run from Master of My Universe because he had to give them a start. There is going to be pace in this race of Ladies' Choice in it. So as such, he should get the race run to suit. Look, he's run right up to his form here. Up prior to this, he had won 2 in a row. So Fast Network, I think the winner of this race is very good. I didn't mind the run of Crimson Flash for 4th as well. That was his first go over 1200 in Hong Kong.
And he's only likely race 2, having had just the 3 starts to date. Crimson Flash, ballistic win. He'd often offer to deliver, but he hadn't until this time when he's been able to bounce back and win. He has won 3 times from 15 starts, but been costly once or twice between victories for win punters. He'd never been too far away.
Yeah, and he's one of these horses that gets you every time because you can see him, he's got a good finish on him, has ballistic win. He really stretched out nicely here. He's got the lightweight coming into the race. The query, I suppose, is first time in Class 3, but he's always promised that he has got ability, this one, and I like the way he stretched out and won. So I'll put him in the numbers, not on top, but he go in.
He's going in. Now, here is the 820-metre flyer from Dunedin in New Zealand, Nuclear Zor. Riccarton's a much bigger circuit, and he's won twice over 1,000 metres. Having said that, he comes from a very good yard in New Zealand, and his trials have looked pretty good.
It's the query, it's a 2-year-old form in New Zealand, so it's whether he's progressed coming into this now as a 3-year-old up against these horses. Some of these are seasoned horses here. He was pushed out a little bit in this trial. There's definitely been a level of ability there because he was unbeaten in those 3 starts as a 2-year-old. Has he progressed as a 3-year-old well enough to win this race? That was the query I've got, so that's why I was happy to watch.
Pakistan Legacy is a horse we have seen before. He's had 2 starts, second on debut, and then midfieldish behind Triumphant More. He's gone back to the Happy Valley trials and won this trial.
Nice trial from Pakistan Legacy. 2 starts, son of Epaulet this one. He's got Joe Moreira aboard, hard held to the line, although it was a bit of a quiet trial with those horses behind him. Barrier 4, he'll be right on the pace. He'll go in for me.
OK, what is your top 4 for race number 8?
He's going to go in on a minor line, Pakistan Legacy. We'll put him in there for 4th. But Master of My Universe, I think he'll get the race run to suit. To beat Ballistic Win up in grade. Crimson Flash, second start over 1200. And Pakistan Legacy on the back of that trial win. 3, 11, 8 and 4.
That's race number 8, the first leg of the late treble. Race number 9, the preview for the second last on Derby Day, and this is the field. There's some promising types in this. Invincible Shield last start winner, plus £11. Super Legends, a 4-time course and distance winner. Triumphant More, last start victory, extra £4. Magnifique, unbeaten. Wave Garden on debut in Hong Kong, as is Basic Instinct. Free Pony comes back in distance. We've got Majestic Express going from the 1,000 to the 1,200. And Call to Command has a tongue tie going on for the first time. Super Legends a leader here, Paul.
He does like to go forward, and he's got barrier 10. Christophe Soumillon is a strong rider. I think he can push him to the lead. The other alternative one is Triumphant More. Magnifique can get himself right there. He's got some good gate speed. Lightness of Being went forward at his last start. Super Infinity after a bit of a spell. Invincible Shield came off the pace when winning last start. Free Pony, another one that can be a little bit closer, maybe from barrier number 3. He's just had the 1 start. He was a bit, I think they'll ride him a bit more conservatively because he dropped out pretty tamely at his debut run.
We head to Nick now with the trainer of Triumphant More. It's Frankie Law.
Frankie Law, Triumphant More, is a horse who's really progressing nicely for your stable. He's now a 3-time winner from 5 starts, and he was pretty good last time.
Yes, last time Alex, he ride him really good. He jumped good, and at the time someone go forward, he just get some comfort and pull him out. He win the race. Yeah.
Form's looking good too. Lifeline Express, I should say, who he beat, has obviously come out and won well since. So on paper, it looks really strong.
Yes, but anyway, he's good form and got a good jaw also to see.
You've had Alexi on for a bit of track work. What was his feedback? Was he happy with the way the horse has come out of his win?
Yeah, he said it's good. The form's good. Keep really good. Yeah.
I know you like a good barrier, Frankie. He's got 2 again, so that must have pleased you.
Of course. Usually, when you got a good jaw, it's more easier for the jockeys. Yeah.
It's a good competitive race. Magnifique is in there for David Hall, of course. He's unbeaten. Good race, but your horse is certainly progressing nicely, isn't he?
Yes, and I think he still can improve. So to see how he's running on Sunday, yeah.
Some nice chances on Derby Day. Always good to have.
I hope so.
There is a Frankie Law talking Triumphant More. Paul, on to Invincible Shield, who's a last start winner. This was his 2nd start in Hong Kong. He had no luck on debut. He's trialled well, and he's trialled well since this win also.
He looks a nice horse here. He's got to carry the 135. He goes up in weight, carried 124 when he won this particular contest. Really stretched out. A little bit of an awkward head carriage there. Got his head up a little bit, but really knuckled down. He looks a nice horse, this one. There is another good horse in this race, but he'll go in the numbers.
That good horse happened to be Magnifique by any chance?
It is. He's unbeaten, as we know. 2 from 2, Magnifique. He sat outside the leader here. I think in this particular race, the way the speed map works out, he'll go forward and try and sit outside the leader as well. Brendan Abdullah aboard. He did win on him last start, so he does know the horse quite well. You can see he was coasting here and he hadn't let him go at this stage. And when he did, look, there was an instant response there and the horse just took off. He's obviously got plenty of ability. He's only carrying 123 towards Invincible Shield's 135, and that might be the winning of the race.
Both very nice horses, but all about the weights, and that means Magnifique remains unbeaten.
Yeah, 3 from 3. We'll see if he can do it, Magnifique. So he goes on top to beat Invincible Shield. Oreo has shown some ability. He's been running at Happy Valley, comes back here to Sha Tin, and trying for more. Now, when he won his race, he's won 3 races. 2 of them have been off a really slow pace. He's not going to get that here with a good pace predicted in race 9. But the last start, he did do it a little bit tougher. So from barrier 2, he goes in as well. 4, 1, 13 and 3.
A Magnifique for Brenton Abdullah and David Hall for Paul to remain unbeaten by winning race number 9. And the last race, race number 10. This is a good race, this one, and it's a Class 3. It's over 1,800 metres. Senor Toba on the class drop. Mondial has the shadow roll off and the blinkers going on. Pray for Mer, 2 starts, 2 seconds, course and distance. Enthralled, a last start winner, goes up 3 pounds in weight. Packing Hurricane, cheek pieces again. Skyheart, blinkers off, visor first time. We've got Winning Wing, who's looking to beat Skyheart. This time he was beaten by a neck by Skyheart last time out. Solid Wind goes up in trip. Stella Grande comes back in distance. And Midori Giant, an excuse last time with some mucus in the system, Paul.
Skyheart, he's a noted leader. He likes to go forward. Live and Let Live's led at his last 2 starts. Now, Pray for Mer likes to lead as well. Now, there's a massive run to the first bend here. There's 1,000 metres. So he's got the chance to get across Pray for Mer if he wants to really put pressure on the top 2 and try and get across. Packing Hurricane and Packing Turbine. The Packing boys should be just in behind there. Winning Wing, he raced solidly last time. He'll be there just in behind with a solid win. The big boy Midori Giant. Lupo Solitario should go back, and Mondial went back on his only run here in Hong Kong.
Enthralled comes into the race as a last start winner. Here he is last here, Paul. He screams home. He's had a trial on the all-weather since, and it was very impressive also.
He looks really good. And it was a shame he didn't get into the Derby. It just all came a bit soon for him. Rated 73 as well. This is only his 3rd start, so obviously that was the reason. This was a really quick time. He ran 2 for the last 400. He got it. He looked like he was going to run 2nd or 3rd at best, but really stretched out. I think he's a really good horse, this one. 2,000 metres this race. He's back to 1,800, but I think he'll be a bit closer in the run.
There's a good report for our first replay. Skyheart running 5th last time out. He leads for home here to Skyheart. In the end, he was beaten by Bundle Award, who goes around in the Derby. He had that duel with Winning Wing 2 starts ago and saw him off.
This was a good run because he was a bit of a sitting duck coming into the straight here. He was taken on in the in the early part of the race. So the blinkers will come off him. There's a bit of a gear change. They're putting visor on him instead. He was still in front here with about 100 to go. You can see these 4 horses came wide and ended up getting him, in particular Bundle Award. He's going to be one of the main chances for the Derby. Low Riders there as well. He's another Derby runner. So Skyheart didn't quite get into the Derby. This is a good consolation for him.
It is, and the horse that nearly beat him last time, Winning Wing's been back to the Happy Valley Trials. That's Mondial, who was an emergency for the Derby, running 2nd for home. Winning Wing flies up the inside and wins this.
Good trial. This horse, actually, I made him a last run reminder before his previous start because he did do something similar without winning. He was behind the place getters 2 starts ago. Then he backed up with that really good 2nd behind Skyheart. Nice trial, as you say. He's got ability, this horse. He'll go in.
that's a breakdown of runners in race number 10. Such a good field.
Really good field to finish, and obviously a good betting race. There's always a good betting race is the last race. We're going to put Enthralled, though, on top to beat Sky Heart, Winning Wing. And Live and Let Live, his runs have been good since they put him on the pace, and that's happened at his last 2 starts. So he's slowly getting there. 6, 8, 10 and 9.
Now, with no racing to win this week, it was the BMW Hong Kong Derby Special. Means the best bet, the long shot, the play comes up in this segment.
Yeah, I like Aaron. We talked about him earlier on. Race 4, number 4. Only had the 1 start behind Cross Border Pegasus and had clear excuses. He's the best, and we'll make the value early on in the card. Race number 1, see if we can get some money early on Fortune Boy. Was 36 to 1 last time, and up to 1,400 metres for him. And we'll make the play in race number 5 of Tamra Blitz, Armour War Eagle, and Beauty Glory of that soft lead. QQP 3, 4, and 13.
Best bet will go early. Top Dragon nearly won last time. He's probably not going to be any sort of great value, but he has placed 2 from 3. Looks close to a win. Hopefully Winning Wing is the forgotten horse in the last. He was big odds when pushing Sky Heart last time. We just saw his trial. It was good. We'll make the play in the last. The impressive Enthralled, Sky Heart and Winning Wing, 6, 8 and 10 in a QQP. That has been the race-by-race preview for Derby Day, Paul. It's going to be an excellent Derby. Such an open race this year.
Looks like a good one, a good renewal for sure, and hopefully there's no hard luck stories. Every horse will get their opportunity, and Ruby Lott will win it.
Absolutely. That is the feature race number 7 at 4:05 Hong Kong time. Trackside Live from 12:30, the first at 1 o'clock. Enjoy your Derby Day.